Welcome to this week's live edition of the Firewire Show. And in this week's edition, we're going to give you absolute value. Do not go anywhere because I'm Dave from TVR Creators. And in this week's episode, we'll be looking at some microphones you want to think about buying. And also, more importantly, some cool and nice, easy ways to make your live streams as easy as possible. If this and all of this sounds interesting to you, do not go anywhere. Subscribe now, hit the like button, and let's crack on with the video. So first off, we're going to look at some awesome microphones you may want to look at. Now, be brutally honest, have a look on the internet. Let's be more official about this and just think sort of, Amazon, eBay, whatever sites that you use or whatever companies and shops they use. And you might want to look at something like the Blue, say that properly, Dave, the Blue Yeti, which is a very good microphone. Be brutally honest, you could actually just go onto any sort of store and look at a microphone that sort of, you want to spend about sort of 40, 50 pounds or a bit more, maybe up to 100 pounds to get something sort of really decent. Now, what we use actually is this awesome one here. You might be able to see it better on Cam 2. And on this particular microphone, this is the Zoom H1n dictaphone, technically, and we've got this now on a soundbar. We'll perhaps talk about that more later on, but this is a really good microphone for recording sound and audio, and we have links to this and a few of the microphones you may want to look at in the description below, so go and check them out at any point. Now, what we love about this particular microphone is it's just really good, and as you hopefully can hear, it has really good audio quality, which just makes it just makes our lives so much easier as a creator here on YouTube. Now you're probably thinking, how does this help me? How does this make me give more value? Well, it's simple. If you've got, regardless if you're using your phone, webcams like we are today, mirrorless cameras, SLR, however you're recording your live streams, however you're doing it, if you've got a good microphone producing, giving out really nice audio, it just makes the experience so much better for your viewers. So hopefully you can hear the sound quality of this today. Now, let us know in the comments below what you think of the setup. We're changing around setup. We've got a different lighting setup. I'm using my floodlight today, seeing if the cameras can hack with it, and actually it looks quite nice on this camera, so please let me know what you think in the comments below. Question of the day then, before we carry on with this awesome live stream, what microphone do you use? I'll just be really curious to know, what microphone do you use? Put it in the comments below and give some value. If you would like to help our brand and support the channel, why not check out our merch? We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list, so go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video. Alright, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and if this is your first time here, I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly content to make your YouTube experience easier. We look at cameras and gear and all that sort of jazz, so if that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now and hit the like button. Boom! We're going to make this the best live stream you've ever seen, because you know what? Because why not? Now, more importantly, what are the microphones may you want to think of? And let's think about the setup then of the live stream and how you might want to set up your live stream. So what we have, I don't know if you can see this, I don't know if you can see, we've basically got a sort of table setup. I've got I've got my computer, I've got a Dell at the moment, an XPS, really nice computer, really good, nice powerful i5. I won't bore you with the specs, but if you want to know the specs, feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll do my best to give you what you need. I would highly recommend, this is just the live stream setup I would recommend. I would definitely recommend something fairly powerful. You don't want to spend any less than about £500, probably more than that, on something decent. That's just being brutally honest. Something that's got a bit of power, a bit of oomph behind it. I mean, this is a little analogy I would use. You wouldn't pull a caravan with a moped, or maybe you would. I don't know. Leave it in the comments below if you're getting value. Smash the like button if you're getting value. Now, I would highly recommend just a little table. We've basically got like, it sounds really bad, but I basically call it like an old person's table. It's just a little table with a computer underneath. I've got a monitor sort of set up here. I don't know if you can see that on camera when you got the sort of table, the screen here. And it's just a real nice little setup. Now, at the moment, we've got a floodlight. I'm not going to mess with the cameras, but you can imagine what a floodlight looks like. So it's just on a stand. It just produces nice light. I'll be honest, it's blinding me, but it does look much better on the camera. And I would recommend this, especially if you're using a phone or a proper camera, because if you've got a proper floodlight or a couple of lights, if you've got a bigger room, I would highly recommend doing that, because it just gives a much more natural light. It makes the picture quality look more professional, looks better, and it makes the job of your cameras look so much more interesting. I mean, I'm not going to mess about. I'm not going to try and turn it off here on live TV, but if you imagine if there was no light. Actually, let's do that now. Let's do that as Spareman. Smash like if you want to see no light. So if you could just bear with me a second. I'm going to do this on live TV because why not? Turn it off. So without that, as you can see, look how dark it is. So at the moment, it's like being in a creepy room. It's really creepy. And if you look how it is before, that's normally what I do. I just use my house light just because it doesn't blind me as much. And as you can see, you know, it looks okay. This camera actually does quite a good job of correcting it, so it doesn't look too bad. But personally, put in the comments below what you think is better. I think personally the floodlight, even though it blinds me. So let's bring the floodlight back into action, because that is how we roll and that sort of jazz. And you're probably thinking, what's it got to do with microphones? It's got everything to do with microphones, because it's all about the setup. It's all about giving people value, and it all starts with the lighting and the audio. It's all part of that same sort of thing. I'll just give you a few little tips to help you make your live stream more easier. Now, to actually live stream, we use a program called OBS. We do have videos to that on the channel, so go and check them out after this live stream. And that's just a really easy program to use. Well, it's got a bit of a learning curve to it, but it's very good because you can do different slides. So at the moment, we've got multiple slides. We've got like this one. We've got the start screen, which you just saw. We've got multiple cameras. We've got like a merch, an intro, a backing track, and it's got like different tabs. And you literally just imagine you're like a director. I don't know if you just saw that. Look like a ghost. What was that? Sorry. If you're getting value, smash the like button and check out our merch. Oh yeah. Absolute value. So basically we use a program called OBS, which does have a bit of a learning curve to it, but has loads of features. I'm still learning myself, and I've been using it now for a year or two. Also, there's a really user friendly program for beginners called StreamYard, which is something that we still haven't used yet, which we probably should do, and that allows you easily to bring in guests, which is something I would like to do here in a live stream. Put in the comments below if you'd like to see some guests on here at some point. And, you know, that's something that we like, and that's something I want to look into. But I like OBS just because it's on the computer, it's easy enough, and it doesn't seem to take too much power. It's very easy to use, it's very user-friendly, to be fair. And it's just really nice because you can see, like, the microphone moving, all this sort of jazz. And, you know, thinking of your sort of setup as a creator, you know, so you want to think of a nice light, and my studio was my spare room, and we'd find just one light just more than enough to give us the right light in our videos. Now, if you're thinking of the setup of your live stream, we've got some sort of backlights. We've got this nice little mini floodlight, if you will, and it has these sort of gels in it. And you can see these ones here, and we've got all different colours. I've got all three colours we've got here actually right in front of me. So we've got like an ambery orange, red and blue, and I just customise it depending on what mood I'm in, depending on what video I'm making. I'll put one in there, I'll put one in the other one, and just depending on what we're doing and what videos we're making, it just makes it look a bit more interesting, because without it just makes it look a bit naff and stuff like that. But perhaps talk about that more in a different video. But that's something to think about as a creator. That's something that you might want to think about when you're giving value. It just makes your live stream more easier, makes you feel really cool. And obviously loads of cool things. Some people just set up a really nice area with a sofa and shelves. That's something we're debating about doing here at TVR Creators. You might just want to have a backdrop, you might want to change it up a bit. I just got it sort of looking quite obvious. We're in the studio on purpose, you know, so you feel like you're inside a studio. It's giving that sort of retro sort of feel, sort of. But it all stems back to the microphone. You're probably thinking, what you on about, Dave? You're literally going on a bit of a tangent here, and I probably am, but the truth is, it is very much about starting with the lighting, starting with the audio. I would say they both sort of work hand in hand, and they just make it just makes the whole experience so much better if you've got a good microphone and a good light. So what are the microphones would I recommend? Well, I'd highly recommend the Zoom H1n because it is a very good microphone. I would look at the Blue Yeti. I can never say that straight away. And, you know, if you're unsure or they're too expensive or whatever, just go on your local shop or store and just see what bargains they've got going on. So a little power tip actually I do recommend is bear in mind that they do change daily sometimes. You know, certain, especially like Amazon for example, the price can change daily, so just see what sort of, get a rough idea, and then when it comes down to the sort of price you want to spend, buy that, or maybe save up for a really good one. And you do get some really nice kits actually. My mate bought me this sound bar, if you will, this arm, and it basically just clips to the, or you know, connects, grabs hold of, whatever you call it, the table, and that just makes it so much easier to give a nice sort of experience, and it just feels more professional. It's out of the way. I can just push it out of the way when I'm not using it, and it, you know, there's loads of them you can get. They cost about £100 or so for the arm and the microphone, and they just connect by USB normally, unless you get a real expensive one. There's different jacks, and they're very user friendly. Most of them you just plug in and off you go, so that's very easy. If you want to make things more complex, you can use you know, like the different sound boxes and stuff like that. But I personally, I've got basically, well, luckily in this computer it's got loads of USB jacks anyway, or ports, but I do have a USB extender giving me a bit more you know, creativity, and I can move the cameras around and have them further away from the computer and that sort of thing if I so wish. Just, you know, makes life a bit more easier when I'm setting up the different cameras and all that sort of thing. If you're getting value, hello, welcome to the live stream. If you're getting value, smash the like button and feel free to share this with family and friends. I'll be back in one moment. Do not go anywhere. If you would like to help our brand and support the channel, why not check out our merch? We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list. So go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video. Alright, so if you're getting value so far, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. We make weekly content on cameras, film gear, YouTube tips, all that sort of jazz, basically to make your experience here on YouTube as easy as possible. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now, hit like button, and why not share this with family and friends? Oh yeah. So basically, I just want to say then, question of the day then, put it in the comments below what microphone you use and why, and has this give you value? What videos would you like to see? And, you know, how do you set up, are you considering doing a live stream? How do you set up your live stream? Feel free to put in comments below and let's start some conversations. If you want a power tip, I would use what you've got and try your best with it. So if you've only got a phone, live stream with that. If you've got a webcam, live stream with that. If you've got a laptop, live stream with that. If it's not the most powerful computer in the world, use StreamYard. If you've got a bit more power, or you want to have a bit more, you know, maybe more features, maybe use OBS. So I hope these tips I've shared today have gave a bit of value. And on the microphone front, again, I would massively recommend the Zoom H1n because it, as you can hear, it's a fantastic audio dictaphone. There is a link to that in the description, along with other gear that we use or recommend. Check out in the description below. Check out our merch if you like to support the channel, and I hope this gives you value. So if you're watching the replay, please again feel free to ask all your questions. And as always, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. Have an absolutely amazing weekend and see you soon, because you guys rock! You guys rock! You guys... If you like... You guys rock! Rocky! 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 You're going to get value from this video.